All right. So I guess I'll just be starting without really any plan. Um, Turning 27 very soon, and in a few days. And this brings up weird feelings for me. But I first want to talk about what I'm doing here, why I'm doing it, who it's for, and what my plan is. So this is literally just for me. For the past few months, I've been thinking about things. I mean, I've been thinking about things for a long time. I mean, everyone has, but I've been writing things down, and videos is the way that I get to speak things through, talk things through. And I thought, okay, I want to do this more often. I want to talk just unfiltered, just talk my mind, gain some clarity through it, and then post it on YouTube. And I don't know why we have this. I don't know why I have this like inclination to post it on YouTube, because it is kind of private. I'm gonna be talking about things that I'm going through and how I'm dealing with it, what my plans are for it, and it is kind of private. But why do I have this inclination to post it on YouTube? I think it's just to help me stay consistent, and if it does get some traction, that'll be great. But I guess it's all just, this is for myself. Every single day, posting my thoughts and ideas, sharing my struggles. I think it's the only way for me to really get through it, because doing this alone is not easy. Not just doing this alone, but also just doing it all inside your head is impossible. You know, you have to have some sort of medium to throw it out, get it out of you, and structure it and see it in a different way. Meaning, when I look back at this video, I'll probably think it's trash and shit, and I don't want to post it, but I will do it anyways. But I'll see everything that just blurted out of my mouth, and I'll be able to make sense of it. I'll be able to see what's actually going on in my head and form a plan and whatever. So that's what I get from journaling. So this is sort of the same idea. The sun is fucking on my face, but it's fine. So where do I start? I guess I'll just introduce myself. My name is Avner. I am 26, turning 27 in a few days, December 11. And I am a piano teacher full-time. I don't do anything else besides teaching piano to kids. I have around 35, no, more than that, like 40, I think 40 students a week. And it's been something I've been doing for already 2 years straight, completely, fully just that. On the side, I also run a social media account for my cousin. She has a wellness brand, wellness company, so I run the social media for her. And my monthly income is pretty good for someone who's self-made. I didn't go to school for it. I taught myself how to play piano, all the instruments that I know how to play, guitar, drums, music production. I know how to, taught myself how to do that, and now it's making me money, which is great. I also love just music in general, so I have music on Spotify. I have a YouTube channel. I'm trying to sell music, sell my teaching online, sell teaching piano online, because I eventually don't want to be freelancing basically my whole life. I want to set up my piano teaching business as I want to make it a business, not just like, oh, I'm a solo teacher and I'm just like, making it work. I want to have teachers working under me. I want to have a whole system. I want to have courses available. I want to have my sheet music out. I also love just creating music, so I have 2 pages, a third one coming out soon for indie rock music, but I have 2 pages, one for emo rock music called We the Broken, and then I have my solo piano music called Piano Pulse. That's the whole brand name is Piano Pulse. My teaching business, my online teaching business, plus my music that I put out, it's all under Piano Pulse. And right now I'm just running solo. It's just me doing all the work, and it's making me a decent amount of money every month, thank God. Like, I don't have to work another job, do a job that I hate. I really enjoy everything that I do. Making like $6,000 a month, more or less, usually more, but it's fucking great, honestly. And I'm very grateful for that, the fact that it all worked out that way. But I think my next step in my life is to build something bigger, I think, like, I already charge a lot for my lessons, in my area at least, $50 for a half hour. It's pretty high. When people hear that, they're like, what the fuck, like, why are you charging that much? But I know that I teach very well, so I think it's worth it. And once they have me and they see how I work, they also think it's worth it too, so that's a great thing. But I don't want to be hustling in this way the rest of my life, looking for students, scrambling for students, making things work. And I want to set up a system. I want to have a business. I want people to work under me. I want to be the more of like the head guy, and then everyone else follows my plan, follows my ideas. And I don't know. I think it's just too small right now, and I need to expand, learn, educate myself on business, on mindset. It's very limiting, which I will get to that eventually. But yeah, my plan is to build something bigger, build something with intention, build something that will generate even more income for me, passive income and regular income. But this whole video, this whole journal entry is about me turning 27, and it brings up a lot of feelings. The first is feeling behind in life, feeling like I'm not making enough money. I don't look good enough. Like, I am overweight. I have man boobs and stomach. You can't tell with this baggy hoodie. So yeah, I have that, and then I never really had a girlfriend. I vape. I'm losing my hair. I feel lonely. 2 very close friends moved to Israel recently, so and then one of my other friends, his mom passed away, and trying to be supportive, but he's in a whole different place that I can't even understand. He's been in a terrible spot even before his mom passed away, but he's in a worse spot now, and it's like I'm there for him, but at the same time I feel lonely, even though he's there in my life, because he isn't really there. He's stuck in his own shit, and I also don't want to get involved in his shit too much, because it also affects me. I knew his mom well, and I knew her. She was my teacher in 6th grade. My friend and I were friends. He's a brother to me. We've been friends since we were like 6 years old, so but I definitely feel that separation. Like, he has his shit, I have mine. I can't get involved with his shit too much because it affects me. and my shit. So I sort of try to keep it separate and healthy. But I guess it's hard, it's lonely. And my brother, he's 5 years younger than me, but we literally do everything together, or we did everything together. But he's growing up, and he has a life of his own, friends of his own. He's dating someone right now. Exploring on his own, that's what he needs. But it just makes it harder. Makes it harder because, he's just not there all the time like I'm used to. I'm used to having him everywhere with me, sharing thoughts, ideas, talking through things, working on things together. But now, because he's had his own life, which I understand, it's like we're just separate now. We're not like together. So yeah, feeling lonely. What else? There's also just a lot of mental blocks. Feeling like delayed in my like personal development. For example, financially, I'm making a decent amount of money, but I've never been able to save up. And when I did, there's a lot of people right now walking past, and I eventually won't give a fuck, but I do right now, especially when I'm talking about this shit. I wish there was something more private, somewhere more private I could go, but it is what it is for now. So yeah, there's parts of me that I feel like I'm delayed in. One is financially. Emotionally, first is like, there's so many fucking areas. Where do I even begin? What's the first thing? So I'll just start wherever and see where it goes. I feel like I'm delayed in my finances. Like I never really had a good relationship with it. So with money. So I've never been able, even though I'm making good money now, I've always been making money, but I haven't been able to save it. And when I did save, at some point this year, I had $10,000 saved up, which is the most I've ever had at one time in my life. I just had a spiral, and I just spent it all and got into more debt, and it wasn't great. It wasn't great, and I was like, fuck, how did I let this happen? I've been working so hard to work on myself and get over all the mental blocks, but it just hit me, and I just spiraled. So now I have to start over again. But I'm basically 27. I'm 27. I should have this shit figured out. I should have this shit figured out. I wanna. This past year, my goal was to have at least $30,000 saved up, which is so easy for me. It's easy for me to save $30,000 in a year. I could do it. I know that I can. But I just couldn't hold on to it because of my mental blocks. And this whole year was me trying to figure it out and trying to get past it. But I haven't been able to. I wasn't successful this year. Then I feel delayed in talking to girls. Like I only started talking to, my first real conversation with a girl was when I was 21. I had massive social anxiety because of it. In general, just like not even talking to girls, just talking to non-religious people. Like I grew up very religious, Jewish religious, very in a bubble, and grew up in a bubble. First time I talked to a girl was at 21 years old in college, my second semester of college. So I had social anxiety then, and I still do now. Definitely got much better, but I'm still. It's hard for me to approach people and talk to them. And I mean, once I start talking, I can have a conversation, but initially it's hard. But I feel delayed when it comes to girls and attracting girls because, I mean, I've been on dates and I've dated girls for longer periods of times. Like, I think the longest was like 4 months. But I realized that the way that I approach girls is supposed to be different than when I approach guys. Meaning, like, I had to learn how to like talk to people in general. And so I learned how to, I really learned how to be social and like make small talk and make people feel comfortable with me when I'm talking and get them to understand me and me understand them, give them space to talk. And people have told me that I am an amazing listener, that they feel so comfortable talking to me. I'm talking to strangers. They opened up to me the first, conversation we ever had, and I'm like, whoa, like they were like, whoa, how like, why, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but thank you for listening, and I feel so comfortable with you. Whatever, I have these experiences, which is great, but that's a formula to make friends, make people, to be friendly with people and make them closer to you in a friend way. When it comes to attraction, talking to girls and flirting and being mysterious, not wearing your heart on your sleeve, like all that kind of things, like goes against what I learned on how to talk to people. And now I have to like relearn that. Basically I have to relearn how to talk to girls, how to keep them guessing, I don't know, play this game. Like, I don't know, it's very, very, I have so many thoughts about the current dating situation, the girl situation. I feel like I'm rambling, but that's kind of the point of this. So yeah, there's a lot of thoughts, a lot of things I need to talk about, I need to talk through. Whew. Oh my God. So yeah, I just feel like I have so much to think about, so much to talk about, so much to learn, so much to figure out, and I'm 27 years old, like I should have this shit figured out already. I should have the skills to save money. I should be driving a better car, even though I love this car. I'm so grateful I have this car. I don't want to get rid of it, but I know that it's time that I do need to get rid of it. And level up my life, because I know I can financially. I just need to finally moving out of my parents' house. That's the biggest step, big step for me. Getting rid of this car, getting a new car, nicer car. It's definitely going to be a big step for me too. I think I need it because it's going to separate my identity with my old self versus new self. Whatever, it's more external than internal, but it's going to help the internal part of me. I don't know if that made any sense to you, but yeah, this is my feelings going into 27 years old, my 27th year of life. I don't know what to do about it because it's kind of shitty. And I don't want to make myself feel better, be like, oh, like everyone has their own time frame. You don't need to worry, like you're still young compared to, people have told me people in their 40s and 50s say, oh, you're so young, take your time, blah, blah. Or people say, don't worry, like things will work out, all that. But honestly, that's unhelpful because I'm programmed. I have my way of thinking. I have my way of view. I have my own view of life, and I could either change it by accepting it and just like going with the flow and whatever, or I use it as fuel to keep educating myself, keep learning, and getting myself out of these feelings. Not feeling behind, making enough money, learning how to save, meaning use these negative feelings I have as fuel to learn. But it's also making me feel like shit and making me feel depressed. So it's definitely not healthy, and that's definitely not good, because if it paralyzes me, if these feelings paralyze you, then you don't want those feelings. So that's why people, now I'm realizing, that's why people almost justify it. They're like, oh, you're still young, you can still figure it out, don't worry. It's not to diminish yourself, not to like say, okay, like don't worry about it, don't like just continue. It means don't feel like shit about it and continue doing it, because if you feel like shit about it, it's going to stop you from doing it, and that's not helpful at all. I like that idea, actually. Stop feeling like shit about it. Because what is that? How is that going to help you in the long run if you feel like shit about it all the time? If it's paralyzing you, okay, wait. First of all, feel like shit about it. But if it's paralyzing you and making you feel even more shitty, then why be okay with just accepting the fact that this is the struggles that I have. This is the struggles that I have, and I just need to continue learning. I'm only 27 years old. Still have a whole life ahead. What is making me, like, am I just bitching to myself? Am I just feeling like, okay, these are all my feelings. These are all my feelings. Now what? Now what? Am I gonna feel sorry for myself? Am I gonna feel bad for myself? Or am I gonna be paralyzed? Or am I gonna be using it as fuel, working on my mindset, working on myself even more? I guess that's the answer I need to figure out. I mean, like, I already have the answer. The answer is obviously I'm not gonna let it paralyze me. I'm not gonna feel sorry for myself, and I'm gonna be getting myself learning and educating and working on myself. What do I say? Educating, learning and educating, like whatever. I don't know. I make myself feel cooler when I say educate myself. Learning and working on myself. 24 to 25 years old. Very, very crazy year. 25 to 26. Very, very huge progress in my life. 26 to 27. Also a fucking massive year for me in terms of growth. Even though I think like I feel a different kind of shitty than I used to feel. I used to feel, I guess these feelings weren't able to be surfaced because of my other feelings that I've had. Like I was super depressed. I had a very long depression. I still suffer from it, but not as much. It doesn't have such a big hold on me. To take meds for it, but I'm also in therapy and I'm also working on myself like a motherfucker. But 26, 27 was a big year. Now 27 to 28, another massive year. I just want the progress to go faster. I want it to be better. I wanted to just break through. I need a breakthrough moment this year. I need to just fucking be pushed out of whatever I'm stuck in right now. I need that ASAP. I cannot wait till I'm 35 for that. So I don't know what's gonna push me out of that. I don't know what's gonna push me there, but I think it's better. Like what I'm doing is better than not doing anything, and I think I just need to continue. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it for today. If you're watching this, thank you. I don't know what you got from it, but this is really just for me more than it is for you.